Inside the castle, Char was using Haruto's surveillance magic to look for suspicious individuals inside their territory, reporting them to Haruto every time. And because of this, he has been busy dealing with these people recently. At the same time, Flay arrived, saying that she had heard everything from Char, so she was asking Haruto to bring her with him every time he goes out to get rid of these suspicious people. Haruto asked if she wasn't busy with her tasks in the castle, so Flay said that she had finished everything. Haruto thought it would be a pain, but he couldn't refuse because Char was excited to see them fight together, and she insisted that he should have a partner who would save him when he was in a pinch, like what she had been seeing in anime. But before leaving, he reminded Flay not to do anything extreme as Char would be watching them. While the thieves were celebrating their harvest, Haruto showed up in his Dark Knight costume, followed by Flay, who introduced herself as Flame Fenrir, the Red Knight. The thieves were confused, they had no idea what was going on, and they didn't know who these masked people were. However, Flay didn't give the thieves a chance to do anything as she used her fire magic to burn them into ashes. Haruto panicked upon seeing this, but he used his barrier to protect the thieves from Flay. After seeing that her attack didn't work, Flay started channeling her magic for a stronger attack. But Haruto smacked her head with a toy hammer, reminding her not to do anything extreme. Flay argued that everything that gets in his way is her enemy before using her fire magic at the thieves again. So Haruto had to trick her by saying that he would land the last blow while asking her to return home. After returning to the castle, Haruto was lying face down in his bed, exhausted. Char thought Haruto and Flay were really cool, but she compared them to watching a comedic duo. Flay felt proud after hearing her praise, but she was still wondering what was blocking her attack. However, she promised that she would do better next time. Haruto thought there wouldn't be a next time, but Char was looking forward to watching their comedic duo act again. While Haruto was thinking that he might have to do it again to make Char happy, Char was teaching Flay a finishing pose for their next battle, and Haruto could only wonder when his peaceful, hold-up life would start. Prince Laius is still bitter after losing to Haruto, as he should be more powerful, as not only is he the next king but he also has the Princess of Light's blood, and he couldn't believe that a supposedly level 2 trash was that powerful. At the same time, his subordinates arrived, asking him to prepare for the dinner party. He also asked Laius to invite Char as his conversation partner for his inspection of the territory. Laius wanted to refuse, but his subordinate insisted that it would be for his sake, and Laius finally understood that it was an order from the queen. After the dinner party, Char came to Haruto's room with his clone to bring him some food. She apologized when she realized that she forgot to knock again, but Haruto was already used to it. He was happy after seeing the extravagant food, but his clone was complaining about how Haruto has been forcing him to do things that they both hate, like attending gatherings. But he couldn't do anything about it, so he just jumped into bed while crying. Char was worried about his brother's clone, so she informed him that she would also be joining the inspection the next day. Haruto was surprised to hear this, so Char explained that the prince had invited her. Haruto wondered if the prince was a lolicon before deciding to join the inspection as well. Concerned about Char's safety, Haruto decided to check the inspection route and the areas around it using his surveillance magic. He immediately found some individuals in black cloaks around a huge magic circle, and he was certain that something was coming out of it, so he decided to check it right away. Haruto showed up as the Dark Knight behind the mages, casually asking them what they were trying to do. The mages were shocked, but they immediately asked who he was. Haruto told them that he was just passing by, adding that he was going to go check something with Margrave Gold. Because of this, they thought he was one of Margrave Gold's men, and they started casting their magic to attack him. Before they could attack him, Haruto used his magic to cause an explosion, and almost all of the mages lost consciousness. However, one of the mages managed to finish their ritual and summon some skeleton soldiers. Haruto was excited after seeing the skeleton soldiers, but he thought that they actually looked scary, unlike the ones he sees in games. Although Haruto could easily repel the skeletons, he thought it wasn't going to end, as the skeletons could just rise back up again even after their bones got shredded. However, he noticed a gem attached to the skeletons, which he used to control them to attack the mages instead. Because of this, one of the mages summoned a golem. The golem easily crushed the skeletons, and Haruto was impressed after seeing its strength, and he was thrown away after blocking the golem's punch using his barrier. The mage rejoiced at seeing this, and he ordered the golem to keep going and crush Haruto. He realized that he underestimated the golem, but while thinking of ways to deal with it, he saw a gem embedded in the golem's chest. After dodging its attacks, Haruto threw a spike-shaped barrier at the gem in its chest, and the golem stopped moving after getting hit. The mages panicked, and they ordered the golem to continue moving, but the golem started attacking them instead. One of the mages couldn't understand what was going on, so Haruto explained that he stabbed its chest to stop its movement. However, something changed because of his magic, and he ended up gaining control over it. The mages could only give up after this. Haruto asked the mages who their leader was before ordering the skeletons to tie them up. He asked the leader for his name and affiliation, but he refused to talk, so Haruto ordered the skeletons to bury all of the mages alive. The mages started begging for their lives while calling their captain, so their captain finally decided to talk. He told Haruto that they were the summoner units directly ordered by the queen, and they were summoning the monsters in order to attack the inspection team the next day. Haruto was surprised, and he confirmed if it was their own kingdom's queen before asking what her goal was. The mage immediately admitted that they were ordered to assassinate Charlotte. Haruto was confused, so the mage explained that Charlotte's qualities would someday exceed the queen's, and if there was someone backing her like the Margrave, the queen was worried the country would be split into two. So they were even asking for help from the empire to assassinate Char, but because they had failed twice, the queen had ordered a unit directly under her to finish the task. After hearing that the queen was responsible for the empire's soldiers who attacked his father and those who went after Char and his mother, as well as for throwing him away, he realized that the queen would do anything to keep her position and power. Haruto was enraged, and his powers had almost gone out of control, but the mage was lucky that Haruto had stopped the golem before he was crushed in its hand. He wouldn't forgive anyone who tried to harm his family, even if it was his real mother, and he wondered what he should do about her. The next day, Char and Haruto were traveling with the princess and prince for the inspection. Char told Laius that he shouldn't feel down after losing to her brother, saying that he never had a chance in the first place, also telling him to be proud since he managed to land a hit on Haruto. Laius was pissed, but Marion also told him that there was nothing shameful about losing, which pissed him off even more. Seeing this, Haruto tried to stop them, but Laius didn't want to listen to anything he said. But he asked Haruto what he did in their duel since he didn't see him cast any magic. Haruto explained that he could cast reinforcement magic just by thinking about it. The two were shocked by his explanation, but he was surprised by their reaction since his father always accepted his explanation, so he thought it was normal, while Char was just proud of her brother. Because of this, Laius wondered if Haruto was a demi-demon. Haruto doesn't know what a demi-demon is, so he asked Char. Char explained that a demi-demon is the offspring of a human and a demon, and demi-demons possess special qualities like abnormal physical strength and high magic power. But Marion couldn't see any horns or weird ears on Haruto, so it couldn't be the case. Char also added that her brother's body is smooth and clean, and she also said that they have been taking a bath together, so there is no mistaking it. Laius and Marion were surprised after hearing it, and they called out Haruto for being indecent. Haruto explained that it wasn't his idea, and he didn't invite Char to join him. Char was confused, and she asked if it was not allowed, so Marion tried to explain that there is a special meaning when a man and a woman show their bodies to each other. But before she could explain further, the carriage stopped as they arrived at their destination. They were amazed after seeing the beautiful wheat field, and Char excitedly ran towards the field while asking Marion to come check it out with her, and Laius followed them as he didn't want to be left with Haruto. While the three were checking the fields, Haruto came to his father to talk about what he had discovered from the mages, and his father immediately realized that it was something important since it was rare for Haruto to approach him first. Haruto asked his father what would he do if the queen was aiming for Char's life. Haruto panicked and apologized after seeing his father's serious expression. However, he already expected that the queen would be hostile to him, and it was confirmed when he read the letter that the Black Knight had sent him about the mages under the queen who were planning to assassinate Char. He didn't expect that the queen would be after Char, and he felt troubled as he couldn't fight back since she was still the queen of their country. Haruto said that she should just disappear, but Gold told him not to say something so reckless, as the kingdom would be a mess if she was not around. Then he explained that His Majesty King Jerk had long lost his power, so there are many aristocrats who are after the throne, but a queen's existence is needed to calm them down. Then he told Haruto that Giselot was a member of the demon subjugation team led by the king 12 years ago, and she beheaded the demon king all by herself. And because of this, she became a hero called the Princess of Light, and she got married to the king because of the people's strong support. And after gaining more power, she's been trying to take over the country even until the present. Haruto didn't know that the queen was that amazing since he was determined not to get involved with them, so he never looked into their background. Then Gold explained that it would be different if there was someone who could surpass the queen's power. Haruto asked his father why he hadn't tried to be the king, so he explained that he was bad at politics and didn't fit the role. However, he thought that Char would be able to lead the country someday. Not only is she a fast learner, but her level's limit wasn't determined yet, so it was possible that she could surpass the queen. And Haruto understood that his father wanted him to protect Char until she became a proper queen, and he also thought that he could finally relax and enjoy his life once Char ascended to the throne. Flay wanted to kill the queen, determined to avenge Haruto, as she still thought that the demon king the queen had killed was Haruto in his previous life. Haruto told her that he would do it himself, and he was looking forward to his reunion with his mother, as he was certain that he needed to do something to prevent her from interfering with their lives. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and look forward to the next part.